Full house at Palmerston North. Kickoff is just minutes away. The Wellington Hurricanes against the Auckland Blues. The lights will shine on the dawn of a new age of rugby. The Super 12 kicks off the professional era. Exciting times. This is Super 12. This is the Hurricanes against the Blues. This is live on Sky.
So referee Paddy O'Brien starts the watch and we're away. Professional rugby is alive and kicking here in Palmerston North. Zinzan Brook with the first touch, and he's found a very good touch indeed, as he normally does, an extremely skilled player. And this will be an interesting battle here in the lineouts, and it's going on right in front of us. So the referee is asking for gaps all the way through. Few law changes now in the lineouts, but a good jump there by Davis at the back, Preston Davis. Big tall man. Jamie Cameron is at first five for the Hurricanes. And at fullback is Greg Cooper, back in the big time, and he can't handle it. Eroni Clarke tries to tidy up, and I think they've got control of that, but there was a knock on. Well, an interesting early exchange, Wayne Smith.
Yes, these lineouts are going to be crucial, Richard, and some innovative use of Davis, I think, will be important for the Hurricanes.
Preston Davis, who we can't see, he's on the far side of the scrum from where we are now. And look at that. Now, Auckland pack a very big scrum. Remember, they pack the All Black front row, but they're 20 kilos lighter, and that's significant, than this Wellington 8. Bit of a battle going on in the front row, as there always is at the beginning of the game.
And of course, the great Frank Oliver will have this Hurricanes pack pretty well skilled, I would say.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind being a fly on the wall at some of the training sessions with Filthy Frank, because they'd be quite interesting. I myself played with him many years ago. He was an interesting player. He'll be a good coach, I think. The Hurricanes playing on quickly here, and they've got space out wide. Yeremia will score! Alama Yeremia, first try of the Super 12. First try in the history of professional rugby. It goes to the Wellington Hurricanes, number 13, Alama Yeremia. Well, it came from the quick restart from Preston here from the free kick, and it was just quick hands. Good play there from Tia, held it up well, and then they just simply moved it wide. Now here's Yeremia, found the gap, the cover was all going across, looking after the man outside. Yeremia scores.
Yes, good play here by Preston. Hurricanes clearly looking to speed the game up. And there we've got two men, Cooper and Satutu, both going to the outside man, and Yeremia goes through for the try.
And it was converted while we were watching that replay. So 7 points to 0. Wellington in a very early lead. Yeremia was the try scorer, and we've had 3 minutes of play. So the restart. And it's good for Wellington. They've got good control of this. There's the ball stuck in the middle of that maul, and they're making good progress here. This is good effort. Now the referee's playing an advantage to Wellington here. They have the ball in hand, and he'll call this position, I would imagine, an advantage as Cooper goes into touch. Good play, Wellington. Good play too from the referee.
Interesting, Richard, that Hurricanes looking to maul the ball against Auckland, clearly to try and stop them spreading the defence, trying to regroup them behind the ball and working at this early part of the game.
Dion Waller, he's a drafted player from King Country. In front of him, the captain from Taranaki, Bull Allen. Then Davis again goes high, and he snaffled it cleanly. Now that's interesting. They've thrown it twice back to him, and twice he's got clean ball. And I think we might see the maul situation develop here with a run-off runner. No, we won't. We're into the backs again. Good tackling in midfield from Michael Jones. Geez, a good defender. The Iceman, Michael Jones. You just can't leave him out of a side, can you? He's just so good in defence.
Get it in. Get it in. Play on.
Tia off the back of the scrum. He's found support from his loosies. Bruce Hanson was number 7 there. Preston loses his footing, but he regains. And this is the fullback, Christian Cullen, with the flash new hairdo, and the Auckland backs were offside. And this is a real scoring chance for the Hurricanes.
Number 10, twice.
This is Christian Cullen. Look at the flash new hairdo. That's obviously for the summer.
Yeah, modelled on his captain, I'd say.
Doesn't matter, he's in the team anyway. Certainly not modelled on his coach.
And Carlos Spencer there, just getting offside at the ruck. Could be an easy 3 points.
Preston Davis here has been very impressive, has he not, in the first couple of lineouts, and also in his support play. Big man, 2 metres 01, only a youngster as well. 2 metres 01, that is tall.
Stay still.
Jamie Cameron then with the shot at goal. He's rather muffed the kick, but has it gone there? Yes, it has. So with just 6 minutes of play, Jamie Cameron's penalty, 10 points to 0. Wellington Hurricanes lead the Auckland Blues. Carlos Spencer then, he's already restarted once, now the second time. And that's a good one too. His forwards get up and underneath it. Zinzambrook tidies up.
Stay there, stay.
Referee calling the Hurricanes back on side, and they obeyed him. Cullen under the high ball, and he takes it safely. Good play, Christian Cullen. And there's hands in there, and number 5, Fromont, over the top. 5 and 2 was the call.
Yes, one of the young guns of New Zealand Rugby, Christian Cullen, showing that he's got good skills in the air.
That's top play from Christian Cullen. Brave in the air and then presented it very well indeed. And from the penalty, the Hurricanes have come right down towards the 22. This is the exciting thing about the Super 12. Guys like Christian Cullen, young men on their way up, getting a go in the big time.
That's right, you can really measure them against the best, and I'm sure Cullen, people like Cullen and Randall, who are good young players, will come through.
The back of the Hurricanes line out there, another man we don't know much about, number 7, Bruce Hanson from Wanganui. Wanganui folk, of course, know a lot about him, but Hanson not seen much on the national stage. He gets to foot it with the best in Michael Jones tonight. And he's keeping Dallas Seymour out of the team. And that's no mean feat in its own.
Yes, an impact player, Bruce Hanson, and I'm sure that's what Frank Oliver wants tonight.
Well, that's him running off the back of the line out with Michael Jones. Keep an eye on him. We'll see plenty of both of those players, I've no doubt. There they are, the 2 number 7s. Norm Hewitt feeds, and he goes towards the back again. Rickelman was all over it, but Fromont was pinged then for closing the gaps. But he could have got Rickelman for being all over Preston as well. Now this is Jamie Cameron from Taranaki, and he sticks it up in the air. Greg Cooper said, "I'll go," and he did it bravely and claimed the mark. Good play, Greg Cooper. Satutu from the quick play forward. And this is Tana Umaga on the right wing for the Hurricanes. He's a very good player too. He had a wonderful NPC season last year. Cameron goes for the kick again, and he's looking for the angled touch. Cooper comes in, has to go down. Davis gets him. Roger Randall's with him, and the ball's dead in goal. Scrum 5. Oh, that's good play.
Superman Preston Davis there again.
How'd he get out there? There was a line out just over there before.
Something to do with long legs moving very quickly, Richard.
He did very well indeed here, Cooper, if you see. He went down here on the ball. Wasn't sure how close the attackers were. Did very well. So an attacking scrum for Wellington that's gone round through the 90. So it's reset here.
Back to the 5-minute mark. Break up, Blue. Break up. Right back you go. Break it up.
So the referee having just a little bit of a trouble with the Auckland front row.
Break the scrum. Break the scrum.
And we're going to have a little lecture here, I think.
There's the 5 there.
So referee O'Brien stamping his mark on the ground and the game. Get back Auckland, he's saying. This could take a while at this rate. The testosterone's still flowing amongst the front row forwards.
Hurricanes trying to cramp the Auckland front row, not letting them get down.
Tiatia off the back. He's a big, strong man. Now, there's a couple of 3 Aucklanders on the wrong side of that ruck, but the referee's played an advantage and a good one too. Cullen on the cut, but the defence was there. That was actually Lomu came in and made the spot tackle then. Jonah Lomu's first impact on this game, and it was a good one. Ball went to ground. We'll have a scrum, and it'll be the attacking side's ball right in the shadow of the goalposts. Man, the pressure's coming on from this Wellington Hurricanes team.
Good position this too, Richard, because they've got to have all 8 men in the scrum. New law, can't pick that blind side with forwards.
Yep, new law this year. 8 men must be in the scrum at all times. And he's got Preston for delaying the put-in. So the Wellington and the Hurricane, or the Wellington captain, he's not the Hurricanes captain, is he? He's the Hurricanes vice captain. John Preston is penalised, and the penalty comes all the way down to the 10-metre mark. So 10 minutes gone. And this is really the first time Auckland have had a look in the Wellington territory.
It'll be interesting to see if Hewitt tries to pick out Davis again.
I reckon they might have a crack at Russell in the middle. Tia got it in actual fact. New laws in the line out too. We'll explain those as the day goes on, because here comes Marty Berry and he's in real space. Bull Allen inside him. Bull Allen, listen to the crowd. Bull, bull, bull. Hansen spills it in a great tackle. Who made that tackle? Cooper. Great cover tackle from Greg Cooper. And that saved a certain try. Oh, they're breaking out. They're all over them, the Hurricanes. Here's Marty Berry. Look at the support from the fatties from the front row. Here come the loose forwards inside. Was it Cooper? Yes, it was. Good tackle, Greg Cooper. So defensive scrum, and this is a better scrum for the Blues. They've really got a shunt on here. This is their best scrum of the day so far. Now the forwards, remember, all have to stay on this scrum, although it's disintegrated. And somewhere in here, it must be a ruck or something now, I would imagine. And Tana Umaga clears for touch and finds a good touch.
Yes, I think Marty Berry and Eroni may have heard your pre-game summary of them, Richard. Strong defensive players.
Yeah, we haven't had to see that yet, have we?
And Greg Cooper really distinguishing himself, isn't he, early in this game? Considering he was in my position here this time last year.
Indeed he was. He's had 2 seasons off, hasn't he? And he's really done well. There's the Wellington backline. And they've really starred so far. And we're back towards Davis again. And again, he's got the tap. But it's not great ball. Cleaned up by Tia, who's already been very impressive in this game. Davis got off the deck and helped. Hansen was there very quickly. This is good play from Wellington. Now they want to clear this, I reckon, and clear it quickly. They've got it, and there's a penalty, must be. Who's that? Fitzpatrick, is it? Yes. You've got to be bound in that ruck and maul situation, and clearly that player wasn't.
Yes, that's right. I think one of Auckland's strengths has in fact been their weakness in that they're a settled combination. Oliver and Taylor, the coaches of Hurricanes, clearly know how they play, and they've worked out pretty well to stay on their feet as long as possible, try and regroup them, stop them spreading, and it's working.
And I think the changes to the laws, which won't be obvious to many of our viewers, I'm sure they won't be aware of all of them, and we'll try and explain them as the days go on, but I think it'll advantage a team like the Hurricanes playing as they are. So Cameron there from a fair distance out. Has it got the legs? Yes, it has. Jamie Cameron's second penalty goal, 13 points to 0. And the Pine Tree's pretty happy about that.
Nice little sandwich there from the 10-metre line.
So Spencer again drops out. And again he gets the distance just about right, but Wellington have cleaned this up. Right, I've got to say 2 things here, Wayne Smith. I'm more than spectacularly impressed with the Hurricanes forward pack, and their backline are doing splendidly well as well, aren't they? Yes,
they look a mite hungrier, don't they, at the moment? Really only 1 team in it.
Alama Yeremia there, who's been leading the way. Marty Berry, we've only seen a couple of times. Here comes Marty into shot now. Of course, Marty Berry's been an All Black on 2 occasions, with a big distance in between them.
Look at the size of them, and there is one of the weapons, I guess, of the Hurricanes. both big midfielders in your face all day, really make an impact.
This is Robin Brooke, and they're working down towards his calf muscle. Now, historically, he's had all sorts of trouble with calves. It may be a knee, actually. I may be wrong, but he doesn't look too happy, does he? The referee's saying sideline or off.
Give me more slack.
Now, in the reserves today, the Blues, if we had to have another lock forward, I think would possibly bring in Andrew Blowers, who's a loose forward, and move Rickelman into lock. There's the coaching staff. Mac McCallion and Graham Henry. Henry on the left, Mac McCallion on the right. Robin Brooke's gone back into the scrum. We'll keep an eye on him. Now, this is one for Umaga. It's gone a little bit far from Preston. And Tana Umaga covering back from that scrum. Now, that's good cover defence from the halfback. He was a long way behind the scrum there.
Yes, and the Hurricane scrum turning the tables a bit there.
Yeah, the Hurricane forward pack doing really well at line out, really well at scrum as well.
We're getting all the put-ins too, Richard. Brooke really hasn't been a force yet because they've had no throws.
Right, well, that was the no-jump win for the Hurricanes. I don't think I've ever seen a ball go to the ground from the line-out before. It's got out quickly to Satutu through Eroni Clarke, but he's been nabbled by the defence. Spencer looking for the long kick into touch inside the 22, and he bounces it. That's a good kick, Carlos Spencer. Very talented young man, of course, was an All Black at the end of last season. So we're quarter of an hour into this game. Auckland inside the 22 of the Hurricanes. And there's all sorts of, there's confusion here because Robin Brooke is leaving the field. Now that is not a great sign, is it, for New Zealand rugby fans? Let's hope that's only temporary, and it's not a major problem. Jamie Cameron then will clear from inside his 22. Doesn't find touch. This is Jonah Lomu. First touch of the ball. Here goes the big man. They've mobbed him and got him to ground. Got his boot as well. Now we're coming out the other wing for Auckland. Quick hands, but it didn't quite come off. Satutu tidies up nicely. He's a big, strong man. He's big enough to play loose forward, and he does the loose forward's job there. Well done out wide. Here we go again, coming left are Auckland, Stensness, and that's an intercept by Umaga. Umaga's got support from Waller. And this is Hewitt with the ball, setting it up. The forwards are a bit slow to get there from the Hurricanes. And Auckland have managed to get possession. And they've done that very well indeed, actually, have Auckland. Tonu feeds Spencer, and again he looks for the touchline. He's got to be a little careful here. There's a new rule we'll explain to you if this goes out. It's not going to. Umaga feeds Davis. He'll look for the touchline. And he finds touch. Now, the reason I said that Spencer was going to have to be careful there, the new law says that if the kicker rolls into touch and goal or into over the dead ball line, then we'll come back for a scrum from where it was kicked. So that's something that's really going to have to be looked at by these players.
Good play at that last line out by Norm Hewitt. With Brooke being taken off the field, he threw straight away to the position that Brooke had vacated, and Waller was able to win two-handed ball.
We see the new man on the back of the line out there is Andrew Blowers, New Zealand Sevens rep last year. He'll play on the side of the scrum. Rickelman will go into lock, I have no doubt. Satutu makes the cut back, and they've won good ball in midfield, have Auckland. Spencer looks for, not for the drop kick, but for touch. Now here we could get an example of this new law coming into effect if this goes into touch and goal, and it's not going to. I'm trying to get it for you, Wayne, so that you can explain it to the people.
Pretty negative play that really by Carlos Spencer.
Well, they're looking for possession from the 22, but really he had good midfield possession, about 30, maybe 35 metres from the goal line. He should perhaps have looked to run it with his back line and spread out as they were. Jamie Cameron with a big deep drop kick. Good tackle on Satutu. It was Roger Randall who made the tackle. And here goes the back line running it. Lomu wasn't quite expecting it, but boys made space. And he's on the charge. And that's twice he's run and twice they've mobbed him and got him to ground. But geez, broken 2 or 3 tackles doing it. Spencer goes looking for support. And he's called the Wellington players offside. And this is a scoring opportunity for Auckland. Offside at the ruck, the Wellington Hurricanes. So the Blues using their big secret weapon. Jonah Lomu, well, he's not so secret anymore, is he? But he's big. They're using him, charging in there almost as a setting up player, aren't they?
Yes, they're looking pretty disorganised, really, the Blues. No one really seems to know what's going on. Look here at Lomu. Wasn't really sure if he's getting it or not.
I'm sure the missed pass wasn't called. I'm sure it wasn't.
No, and then watch this ball from the ruck, if we see it. We're not going to, but Spencer really had nothing on.
So Greg Cooper with his first shot of the day. From a pretty handy position, it's the right side of the field for him, 15 metres or so from touch, and about 30 from the posts. He's got it up there, but he's pushed it to the right. So Greg Cooper unsuccessful with his first shot of the day. 20 minutes gone, the score remains 13-0, and Zinzanbrook isn't going to be allowed to stay on the field much longer with that blood flowing from his eye. Deep drop out again from the Hurricanes, and the Blues again run it back at them, this time through Spencer, and he's run into where the traffic is and got plenty of support. Now they've cleared it quickly, but Stensness can't find a way through, neither can Blowers, can he? No, he can't. Bull Allen rides him down. A bit of bull riding. Michael Jones, oh, that's a familiar sight. Don't see quite as much of it anymore as we once did. Now, has he penalised Wellington there? I think he was looking the other way there. I think the referee's made an error.
No, I think Norm Hewitt might have vented that ruck from the side, not from behind the last man.
The ball was clearly out of that ruck. I think Hewitt's allowed to play that ball there, but if you saw, the referee was looking at the back line. Never mind. He doesn't get the opportunity to have the replay. We do.
Third umpire, Richard.
The NFL tried it, didn't they? And all they found it was doing was holding up their game. And that's the last thing we want to do. So we've had a report from the dressing room that Robin Brooke is down with a cruciate ligament, as Greg Cooper has his second shot at goal. This looks straighter, but it's gone the other side this time. So Cooper's missed 2, both from relatively handy positions. He won't be all that happy. I saw him practicing his goal kicking this afternoon, and there is a bit of a breeze here, although it's gone down. It's not as strong as it once was. Now, a variation on the restart from the Hurricanes. They have been going long, they've gone short this time. Under real pressure, Jamie Cameron. But he's managed to get that to touch. He's done it well, Jamie Cameron. Good play. Will Cooper play on? No, he won't.
Yes, great clearance by Jamie Cameron. A very well organised, quick drop out into space to his man. Good ball and an excellent clearance.
So Wellington 5-3, most of them to Preston Davis, those 5 keys. And there's their coaching staff. Frank Oliver, the man on the right. Gentleman on the left was the team manager, Tom Bedford. So Auckland charging over this. They're coming back into the game a little bit more in the last 5 minutes or so, are the Blues. Lomu in midfield, bounces off one. And a couple more, and finds support from Clarke. And Satutu. And Jamie Cameron snapples a good ball coming back, but they're not out of the woods yet, the Hurricanes. And there's no way the ball's going to come out of that, says the referee. One of the Aucklanders disagrees with him, and the scrum turns into a penalty.
Bit of grammar there from a front row boy, I think, Richard.
Wouldn't be a front row saying anything, surely not. Look at this. It's a fearsome sight. And when you've got Eroni, Clarke and Waisaki Satutu backing you up, neither of whom are much smaller. So from the penalty, we've come down to the line out just about there, just on the Blues side of halfway. Wellington feed a short line out, but Jones has won it for the Blues. Fitzpatrick, head down, burrows his way through. Jones again. I'd rather see him running wider than doing the one-off job, to be perfectly honest. That was a good tackle in there, I think, from Tia. that's won that ball for Wellington, and they can now get themselves into an attacking position. So there's a classic example of turning defence into attack. Filo Tiatia. Well, that's brave play. Ooh. Greg Cooper finds his touch after a big long pass from Waisake Satutu. Some would say that's a little bit too brave. So Auckland coming back on the line-out count. Wellington now sneak ahead by 1. Jamie Cameron with the drop goal. That'll do. No, it won't. Oh, that didn't miss by much.
Another good line-out variation there by the Hurricanes.
This wasn't a bad strike from Cameron as well. I actually thought it'd gone over. Oh, yeah, it just went outside the right-hand upright. So, the Hurricanes turning the pressure a little bit on the Blues, and they're back on attack here. It's sort of a nothing dropout. It's neither one thing nor the other. And Tiatia sits blowers down on his hip pocket. Cameron again, he's running it this time. Got good support from Umaga on the inside run. Cameron dummies 2 ways. Can't quite find the man he was looking for with the pass. That's good play, that, from... Referee saw the hand. I'm not sure if it was Fremont or not. Whoever it was thought he was on the blind side. No, it's Stensness in actual fact. Thought he was on the blind side of the referee and might get away with it. Fremont saying, what's wrong with what I did? Nothing wrong with what you did, Dicko. There's the bloke in front of you. Now, Wayne Smith, if I've got a criticism of Auckland's play, this is it. They give away far too many penalties, and some would say cynically.
Yes, it's starting to tell against them a wee bit. Don't look at all as urgent as the Hurricanes. If this goes over, they're really under pressure.
Yeah, well, they're 13-0 down at the moment. Wellington lead by 13 points to 0. And this looks pretty good. It looks very good. So with 27 minutes gone in the first spell, Jamie Cameron's third penalty goal, 16 points to 0. The Hurricanes lead the Blues. Zinzan Brook, you saw a shot of him there. He's been off the field for a bit of treatment to that cut by his eye. He's back on. You can leave the field this year for blood bin injuries, but not for anything else. Temporarily, I mean. You can have a temporary replacement for a blood bin, but not for a ankle that needs strapping or something like that. Preston Davis shows he can play halfback as well as loose forward. And Jamie Cameron plugs the touchline. He's been very impressive, Jamie Cameron. Now, he plays for Taranaki. He's spent the last couple of seasons in Division 2. Of course, he'll be in Division 1 this season. But here's a young man from the lower divisions getting his chance.
Looking very composed, isn't he?
Graham Henry not looking quite so composed. He's come down onto the bench. He's come out of the grandstand onto the bench, and here go the Hurricanes again. Tiatia, he's played well in the opening half hour. Oh, Ron Hewitt finds a brick wall. It's a blue and white brick wall.
Yes, Tiatia making a big impact, isn't he, Richard? And outplaying Zinzan Brook at the stage.
Tiatia and Preston Davis both going well. Look at this for a tackle. That's good tackling. Jones and Eroni Clarke, is it? No, it was Andrew Blowers. So you can't argue with that. Loose forwards making midfield tackles. There's Robin Brook. Cruciate ligament, we're told, on that left knee. Hopefully not too serious. So a little bit of a move for the Blues in the back line, and it's come unstuck. So we'll have the scrum for the knock-on. Well, it was a planned move, but it just didn't quite come off. Cooper's hands let him down in the end. Yeah, another good Wellington scrum, although they've gone round, and we'll have to have another go.
Come on, fellas, keep it square, please. Too far. Go. Get it in.
No tight heads yet, of course, in that scrub count. Big, strong Hurricanes front row. Mind you, it's a pretty big front row they're up against as well. And oh, Randall, if that pass had come off, he had space in front of him. Another planned move from the base of the scrum. So they're trying things, the Hurricanes.
Yes, looking very well organised, aren't they? Both attack and defence. Really taking it to Auckland.
Oh, gee, he had a lot of space in front of him, didn't he? So the referee's playing an advantage here because one of the Wellington forwards came off the scrum early. Now, they haven't got to the mark yet. He's calling play on. Gee, this is good play from Eroni Clarke. Oh, he's a strong player, isn't he? Oh, they rather spoiled some good ball that they won there. The Blues couldn't handle it. But this is a good run from Waisaki Satutu. He's looking at the goalposts, eyeing them up. He's got support from Lomu. Lomu going looking for work tonight, and that's good to see. His forwards get behind him. He's half a forward pack all on his own. Here's another big man, Fromont. That's the goalposts you can see in the background. A Wellington boot's got in there and is going to be penalised for being there. Zinzan says, why didn't you play advantage, ref? But I think he's wrong.
Very inaccurate play again by the Auckland backs, but it actually came to something that time with Satutu making some good ground.
This is just the end of it there when that foot in there that you saw it came in offside. So Greg Cooper, this is the easiest shot he's had so far. Both his others have been further out and they've been quite a distance wider than this one is as well. This one's only about 16 or 18 metres from the goalposts, and it's not too far from the right-hand post either. Pretty much a straight poke for Greg Cooper. 31 minutes played in the first half, and the Auckland Blues are on the board. Cooper kicks a penalty goal,
3 points.
And with just 9 minutes left to play in the first half, Wellington lead Auckland 16 points to 3. So the lights are on. The Auckland Blues playing in white, playing the Wellington Hurricanes on a still night in Palmerston North. That's what professional football is all about. Zinzan Brook goes to his right boot. He prefers to use his left. Christian Cullen, very recognisable. It's either Cullen or Allen. Allen's the shorter of the two. Cameron decides he'll settle things down, but the cover defence is well spread. Satutu, indecisive. What do I do now, he says. Go on your own, Waisaki. And he's found the forward, so he's done that pretty well. And they'll win the scrum. Now again, indecisive. Jock Hobbs sitting next to John Hart. Hart looks happy. Jock looks a bit more pensive. Probably looking for something to do next week. Won't be going to a council meeting, probably. So a blindside move here from Auckland. Was it a move? If it was, it certainly didn't come off. Frank Oliver coming down, making his way down towards the field. He's only got a few minutes to get down there before the half-time break. He'll be wanting to talk to his troops at half-time. That's 7 minutes away still. Norm Hewitt goes towards the back. Davis goes high. Russell was claiming he was pushed and shoved, and he was, but Preston Davis got the ball, so the referee says, let's play with it. Yeah, got a little indecisive there in the Hurricanes backline, but Roger Randall ties up Davis again. Good support from Hanson Davis. Not quite. Ever so close. Ever so close. Good play from Preston Davis. Good play from Bruce Hanson.
It's the seventh season, a bit of sevens play here. Richard, his Hurricanes are playing well.
Just delayed the pass a bit long, did Davis there, and he's going to be penalised now. Nope, we'll have a scrum for the scrum going down.
Hurricanes pretty quick to change the point of penetration. They're taking it one way, then the other.
Good scrum from Auckland. Tana Umaga feeds Spencer. And he finds a touch somewhere near halfway. And the referee's just talking to the forwards, reminding them of this change to the law that all 8 of them must stay bound on the scrum for the entire scrum. It's a new law, and I think it's going to be a good one. More blood. It was Craig Dowd, just disappeared in the background there. Dion Waller's the tall man with the headband. Drafted from King Country for this side. All sorts of pushing and shoving at the back of the line out, but Zinzan Brook feeds it right out to the centres, and they've quickly got it out to Lomu, who's well caught. Good play from Eroni. Now, Auckland want to set something here. They've been just a little pedestrian in things so far. Now, they're playing on quickly, the Aucklanders. And they've got all the forwards out to the left here. Olo Brown with a big charge. Geez, got some pace. Olo Brown gets tackled inside the 22. Now that would probably be the furthest that Olo's ever run with the ball in his career. He would have run about 40 metres and gee, had some speed up. Early season training, early season speed. Look at this from Olo Brown. Did it from a standing start too. Good tackle though, wasn't it? It was Tia again, I think, wasn't it?
Yes, interesting in these mauls. Tia was calling for his forwards to stay off the maul. They've got a spread defence against this Auckland team. Try not to commit too many to the maul or ruck.
So this is Tia, but he's run away from his support just a little bit. They're going to have to work hard to get in there and help him. They do so. And Preston sticks it up in the air. Lomu's underneath it and takes it well. Takes Umaga at the same time, and Umaga hangs on. He'll get a game for England, that Umaga, if he wants it. Satutu charging up, and he finds support from Blowers. Andrew Blowers on as a replacement for Robin Brook. Just reminding you, he's left the field with a cruciate ligament injury to his left knee, and there's some more space out here for Lomu. And again, he's been tackled, but again, he's made the ball available. This is Stensness. Oh, this isn't a bad game at times here, and this is a time when it's not bad. Brown having another crack. That's a bit more like we're used to seeing from Olo Brown. Dummies left and right. Satutu, he's not far from the goal line. He might go all the way. Finds a player inside. Andrew Blowers. Good support play from the young loose forward. Well, this has come at a vital stage of the first half. There's only a few minutes until half time, and it was good support play out here by Blowers. Satutu driving for the line. Good run by Satutu, and he found Blowers.
Yes, a bit of once again not all that well organised in the Auckland backline, but it came off this time. However, watch Randall and Cullen both go for the outside man, pop back inside, and no more defence.
So there's Andrew Blowers. He too bleeding from the eye. That's about the third one we've seen.
Tells a story, doesn't it, Richard?
Indeed it does. So Greg Cooper for the conversion attempt of Andrew Blowers' try. And it's just drifted away. So we'll have another look at Andrew Blowers' try. 16-8 the score. And as you can see, if you watch the defenders here, when Satutu gets the ball, 2 defenders come on him. Here they come to the left of the picture there. 2 men there, and no cover defending to stop Andrew Blowers.
Just a lack of communication there.
So they go high. There's been a replacement in the back line for the Hurricanes, and there's the new player on. You would have caught a glimpse of him there, 17, Dallas Seymour. But Auckland are in possession, and here's another replacement, the try scorer, Blowers. And that was a handy hand to get in there by Cullen. The referee's calling a scrum. So there's a replacement in the Hurricanes forward pack. At loose forward, no prizes for this one. Bruce Hanson has gone off and Dallas Seymour has gone on. Widely predicted that this might happen. Preston Davis can't do that. He's offside. He's penalised.
Silly play by Preston Davis.
He might have thought that the ball was out of that scrum, but I think he might have thought wrong. There's Dallas Seymour, Hawke's Bay captain. New Zealand Sevens representative, of course. Been an All Black as well. Very, very good player. Comes on for Bruce Hanson with about 41 or 2 minutes of the game left when he came on. Only about 40 minutes of it left. I think this will be the last act of the first half. It's a kick at goal by Greg Cooper.
Auckland really starting to look a bit ominous at the moment. They're putting things together, winding the game up.
So there's the distance for Greg Cooper. And that looks pretty good. The flags go up. And the referee blows his whistle for half-time. And with one try apiece, Alama Yeremia for the Wellington Hurricanes and Andrew Blowers for the Auckland Blues. The rest of it from kicks at goal. There's the score at half-time. The Wellington Hurricanes 16, the Auckland Blues 11. All set for the second half then here at the Showgrounds in Palmerston North. Super 12 Rugby. The Wellington Hurricanes lead the Auckland Blues by 16 points to 11. And it's been a pretty interesting first half, even on the scoreboard, or just about, even at line-out time. Wellington started to get ahead. Auckland and the Rucks and Mauls are getting ahead. That's really not much in that. Now that's turnover at Ruck and Maul time there, that one where it's the old use it or lose it rule. Handling errors, well, that's not too bad for this time of the year, really. Remember, this is early season for these players. And so here we are, everything pretty much even. 16-11 is the score. 40 minutes left to play in this game. The sun is set, the lights are on. Carlos Spencer gets us underway in the second half of this Super 12 match. The Auckland Blues against the Wellington Hurricanes, and the Hurricanes get possession from the kickoff. It's Dion Waller with the headband who won that possession, and Jamie Cameron, who's had a pretty good game. In fact, he's had better than a pretty good game. Wayne Smith, you played in number 10 jersey. He's playing well.
Playing very well, and another great start to the half. Look at this, it's about a 45-metre kick.
So the lineouts were pretty even at half-time. And that's really thanks to the Hurricanes veering it. Wellington, Auckland didn't get an awful lot of put-ins to the lineout. Jonah helping out his first five, who was in some trouble there after a rather scruffy lineout from the Blues. Oh, Umaga does well. Took that over his shoulder very well. Sets up his fullback for the touch finder. That's very good play from Tana Umaga and from this man, Christian Cullen.
I think we'll see Auckland try to keep the ball in the hand a lot more this half. Try and stay on their feet a bit more. Regroup that Hurricane defence. Drive through the middle a few times before spinning it wide.
Richard Fromont goes high, but he doesn't get it in front of Waller. Dion Waller, a very promising young footballer. Actually a product of the Waikato, played in the King Country last year, was a New Zealand Colt. He's only a young man, big though, or tall. Was pretty impressive for King Country last season. Won a lot of line-out ball for them. He's already doing well against this useful Auckland line-out today. But the Hawks are in control of this one. And this is a good drive from the Blues. Zinzan Brook. Running chance now for Auckland. They try and bring Lomu in. Now, were those backs up offside? No, they weren't. It was just the knock-on they went for.
Pretty cluttered in midfield. Richard, this Auckland backline, not really creating a channel here for Lomu to go through.
And it's good defence too. Look at them, 3 there, reading the play and going where the ball was going. Point defence.
There's using Umaga from that blindside wing coming in as a defender in the backline, midfield.
Sean Fitzpatrick helping out the referee. There's been trouble at the scrum all day, really. Ball Allen. Cameron, Allen's Taranaki teammate, and that's a good little kick down into the corner. Satutu hasn't got a lot of options here. That's all he could do with it. Waisaki Satutu is a very good player. Not known as a kicker of the ball, though, but he had no chance, really, and no angle at all there.
He is a good player, isn't he? And he's made a real impact today with ball in hand. Goes forward well, links up well. Very promising.
Well, that's Satutu. I mean, he's keeping Joeli Vanderi out of this side, and Vanderi's a real class act. More ball for the Hurricanes, and this is good ball too inside the 22. Berry and Uremia combine well. They can't quite find the winger. Actually, it was the fullback looping outside, and Cullen. And the crowd's taking a little bit of an exception to something that went on there. It must have been I missed it.
Look at Lomu here, coming in off his wing to make a big spot tackle.
Second or third time today he's done that. He's going looking for work both in attack and in defence.
That's right. I'd like to see Hurricanes get that pass away, though, because might be found wanting out wide.
Preston Davis goes through, but there was a knock-on in there somewhere. Tana Umaga has played on quickly here, and the referee's let him do it, and this could be dangerous for the Aucklanders. Oh, Cullen, gee, that's not easy what he's done there. He's picked up the ball on the full run, clean as a whistle. Very confident young player, and there's an unfair play ruling by the referee, and they're playing on very quickly for the penalty area. Auckland, that's Fitzpatrick with the ball. He's over the goal line. Can he get it down? No, he can't. That all came from a penalty when the Hurricanes threw the ball away. When the Aucklanders were looking for a pretty quick line-out feed, he penalised him. Fitzpatrick got over the line, couldn't get the ball cleanly down. Scrum 5, Blues ball.
You know what I'm going to do? No, come on. Going, Blue.
Good attacking position here for the Blues.
15-metre blindside coming this way. Remember, all the forwards must stay on. Lomu. Even he's not tall enough to stretch that way. They've tackled him very well today. And I think they've won this ball, have the Hurricanes? They have indeed. That's good play. My word, that's good defence from the Yellow and Blacks.
Good defence and a lot more hunger from Hurricanes. Hurricane forwards having to go back to that and arriving before the Blues. It's all about getting numbers there.
Good tackling. Look at Umaga hanging on for dear life. And then the numbers got there, as Wayne Smith says. Auckland, quick throw and try. Oh, good work. Junior Tana Umaga, Afisa Tana Umaga took a quick throw in there. That's great thinking from Tana Umaga, and it's the try scorer is Eroni Clarke. And the Auckland Blues right back in this game through some very quick thinking and some slack defence from the Hurricanes. There's Tana Umaga. Look, everybody's milling around. He's perfectly entitled to take the quick throw, and he does. And there goes Clarke, virtually untouched. So Cooper to put Auckland in the lead. He's missed it. Oh dear. I wonder whether that'll count come the end of the day. Greg Cooper's missed a few shots at goal today. That could be the most important of them. The conversion of Eroni Clarke's try pretty early on in the second half. 16 points all. Jamie Cameron with the restart. The Blues ahead 2 tries to 1, but it's 16 all on the scoreboard. Michael Jones was offside then. The ball came forward from Richard Fromont. Jones was standing in front of him when he played the ball. Not quite sure what he's complaining about there, Wayne Smith.
No, look clearly offside from here. A bit of a lack of protection there on Fromont. Got left a wee bit by himself and lost the ball, and here's another chance for Cameron. Been quite impressed, Richard, with the way both halfbacks, Preston and Tonu, quick to react to penalties, really quick to react to situations.
So here comes Cameron's kick, and it's there. So no mucking around for the Hurricanes. They reply immediately, and there's the scoreboard. Wellington Hurricanes 19, Auckland Blues 16, and the crowd are right in behind this Hurricane team.
Fantastic kicking display by Jamie Cameron.
Preston claims the mark, so he'll kick for touch from inside his 22.
And referee Paddy O'Brien making a mistake there. There are no longer marks from kickoffs, Richard. Shouldn't have awarded that mark.
And he's admitting to the players that he made the error. So that's another of the new laws that we're seeing for the first time today. The mark is not allowed to be claimed from the kickoff, but the referee had blown for the mark, and he has to really honour that. The only option would have been to come back for a scrum. That would have been quite silly.
Paddy O'Brien, of course, seeing the funny side of it, but the joke not shared by Zinni.
Tana in possession now. From a win in the middle of the line out from Auckland. They haven't gone into the middle too much, neither side. Tana asking for the ball here. A good ruck ball. Now this is good running chance for Auckland. They've gone wide quickly through Cooper to Satutu. Satutu's got space in front of him. Randall's got him, yes, and runs him into touch. Auckland again just looking a little laboured, but good defence again from Wellington.
Yes, good defence by Randall, just staying inside Satutu, showing him the sideline, and a very effective tackle.
Don't you take him out. No way. Get out of it. No, we're happy.
So we've had the line out, and from the line out, or the ruck that had shooed from the line out while we were watching that replay of the run from the Auckland side, there's been a penalty. It's been awarded for cleaning the man out in front of the ball. The forwards driving over the ball, taking a player out of play. It's an obstruction rule, really.
Yes, don't know too much about those, Richard.
No, it's a top secret society, really, in amongst the front row.
Gee, there's a great crowd here, isn't it? It's a full house here in Manawatu.
It's a full house at the Palmerston North Stadium, which I believe is about 15,000 people officially. It might be a few more than that. They're trying a Mexican wave at the moment. How will that affect Greg Cooper's concentration? Not the greatest of percentages for Greg Cooper. He'll be very keen on seeing that increased. But he hasn't hit this one very well either, but it might come to something yet. Oh, wonderful following up, but they're away. Eroni Clarke very nearly scored a try from that ball hanging up there, but the Hurricanes scrambled their way out of it and then very efficiently cleaned it up the line.
Gee, didn't Eroni Clarke do well to get there?
Well, watch this. Here we go. Eroni Clarke, he'll come into the bottom corner of your screen here. Oh, he was ever so close to that.
Take a step. Go down. No, go down. And you go down.
The referee looking for gaps in the line out here. He's not getting an awful lot of cooperation from the players, but he's happy now. And they all go back and do what they were going to do anyway. Seymour off the back of the line out. I think he knocked that on. Yeah, he did. The referee's playing an advantage there. Super 12 Rugby coming to you live on Sky from the Palmerston North, or the Manawatu Showgrounds in Palmerston North. Richard Mason and Wayne Smith with you. Lomu. Charging in. The crowd really getting involved in this game. Lomu's boot's gone hurtling over the touchline. It'll take him a while to recover that, I would think. Here come the Auckland backs. Double round by Stensness, but a little bit too tricky, I think, that from Cooper. That's going to come off once in a million, that one. But Satutu's gone looking for the forwards. No, he's lost the ball. Hurricanes have done well. Good play there from Coffin. Phil Coffin, another drafted player from the King Country. Well, this is going every which way, isn't it? Auckland back in control of the ball now. Tana Umaga clearing it wide. They've got a line up. Stensness doesn't want it. Goes looking for his forwards. Goes looking for a gap up the middle. Finds the gap. Lost the forwards. Where are they? Here they come. Now this is a real opportunity for Auckland. They're in the middle of the Super 12 logo. Spencer finds space to his right. There's real space here if he gets his support. Spencer, no, he runs away from his support. Oh, he had an overlap out to the right. He chose to come back left. Rickelman and Fromont, the big men playing with the ball now. Tana Umaga, find a way through there for me, he says. There isn't one. Zinzanbrook. Stensness and Cooper. Cooper's very close. He's in touch. He's in touch, says the touch judge, Mr. Mike Hoffman.
Was that Paul Allen back there making that tackle?
Indeed it was.
Gang tackled by the Baldies club.
Actually, Allen made 2 or maybe 3 tackles in that move. I know he's hard to pick from the fullback Christian Cullen, but they are quite different. About 30 kilos different. Now this is good ball for the Hurricanes, but Auckland have rolled them over. Now if that ball's in goal, the referee's got an advantage. He's found somebody offside.
There's Sean Fitzpatrick just edging round in front of that last foot. Just get the feeling that Hurricanes only just holding on at the moment.
Yeah, there's a bit of pressure there, isn't there? Now this is a very experienced Auckland Blues lineup. They've played an awful lot of test matches, an awful lot of first-class rugby, and a lot of it they've played together. The Hurricanes, well, they're made up of players from 7 different unions. And perhaps that combination or lack of combination will start to tell. Auckland running it through the back line. Stensness in midfield. Seymour's got him. He lost it forward. Coffin tidied up. And Jamie Cameron instantly sees the tactical advantage. Is in the kick into the 22. Tristan Davis looking for the quick throw-in. Wasn't there. Davis has actually lost his headgear in the second spell.
Norm Hewitt seeming to find his jumpers very well in this game. Winning a lot of ball, Hurricanes. Lost it at the last line out through probably lack of support. But certainly throws going to the men.
Preston Davis got up high there too, but couldn't quite bring it down on his side. The referee found a little push in there. And aren't the crowd loving this? There's no prize for guessing who they're backing. And it's not the blokes from north of the Bombays.
Come on, fellas, on, keep going.
Interesting to see Tristan Davis without his headgear. Was that in order by the referee?
Not that I heard. I did see him take it off or throw it off the field. I can't remember when, but I saw him do it. I suspect the strap may have broken under the chin. I've never seen him play without it before.
Because it's one of the new laws that headgear supposedly been banned by the IRB.
Yeah, I think that's a very strict interpretation of that law. It says you can't have any extra padding or protrusions, I think. I mean, if that is the law, it's a stupid one. Here's the Hurricanes. Marty Berry can't handle.
Just wait.
Beautiful play here by Cameron. Look at that.
He's been very impressive as Jamie Cameron. He did a little in and out then to make the space for Berry. There's nothing too much wrong with the pass. Perhaps it was a net's hard. There's Davis's headgear. Is it coming back on? Well, somebody's headgear anyway. Christian Cullen. Tia. He's not been as prominent in the second half as he was in the first. Allen, who's always prominent. You can't miss him, can you? The crowd know who it is too. Listen to them. Now, he's got Waisaki Satutu there for not rolling away from the tackled player. Now, the law's been changed again this year. The player who gets tackled has always had to roll away from the ball. Now the law's been emphasised that the tackler must also roll away from the ball, clear it, and let's get play running again. Now, we should see it here. There's the tackle. Now, both players there have got to get away from it, and he's saying that Satutu lay all over him. Yeah, well, maybe he did, but the ball went clear.
Yes, pretty unlucky there, Satutu. However, it is a new law. The tackler has exactly the same role as the tacklee.
So Cameron with his 6-shotted goal, looking for a 100% record. Oh, it's an easy game.
Yes, those posts looking as wide as the Harbour Bridge, aren't they, at the moment for Cameron?
I don't know about the Harbour Bridge, as wide as the Manawatu River or something. Hello, the headgear's back on. So there's George Connier got the ball there for the Hurricanes. And he's replacing, I suspect it's Roger Randall, because I can see Umaga on there. So Randall's off and Connier's on. There's Connier. Hawke's Bay player, of course, and another very skilled player. So the Blues get a backline move going in the middle of the 22, but that's a good tackle. Tia made it. Will Spencer looking to kick. I don't think that's the option. Probably is now that things have broken down. And who's that in cover defence? Looks like a prop to me. And he didn't let it go, says the referee. Now that's one of those judgment calls from the ref. When is it let go, and when is he playing the ball, and when is he hanging on to it? And he said there that he didn't let it go instantaneously. What's the rule say? Immediately, I think, isn't it? Must play the ball immediately.
Yes, I used to interpret that as 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, that's pretty immediate, isn't it?
Important kick this for Cooper. As much for his team as for his own confidence.
Yeah, they're not the best kicking performance you've ever seen in your life from Greg Cooper, is it? 22 points to 16, his team is down. So if he was to convert this penalty, it would bring them right back into this game, and we're pretty much at the 3-quarter mark. So we've just gone over the 20-minute mark in the second half. Greg Cooper with this penalty kick at goal. That's right down the middle. And Auckland closed the gap, and the crowd don't like it, do you? There's not a lot of applause there. Greg Cooper's penalty goal. Frank Oliver looking pensive. 22-19. Wellington lead Auckland.
Class players like Cooper tend to come through, don't they, in the end?
Yeah, his goal kicking may not have been totally on song, but his rest of his game's been pretty good. And you've got to remember he's had half of a practice game, and that's been it for the last couple of seasons for Greg Cooper. Preston did very well then to tidy up what was quite messy ball, and Seymour's done it very well indeed there as well. Now the Aucklanders have... Now you saw the tackle player getting off the ball there. That was a classic example of it. But Craig Dowd, you just can't go in there, I'm afraid. He knew it too, didn't he? He wasn't bound in the ruck, therefore he can't come at the half-back from where he did. If he'd come through the ruck, having been bound in it, would have been a different story. That wasn't the case.
Yes, and the last thing Graham Henry wanted, wasn't it? Ill-disciplined play by Dowd.
It's Graham Henry looking a little worried. Man beside him was Rex Davey, the Auckland team manager. He's the Blues manager. He's also the Auckland manager in actual fact. Jamie Cameron still looking for a perfect record. He's got it. Well, they just keep that gap, don't they?
Cool as a cucumber, Jamie Cameron. Doesn't muck about, does he, on those kicks? Puts him down, boots him, gets back to halfway.
Well, he's had experience before at both Waikato and North Harbour before he went to Taranaki. But he's been at Taranaki for 3 or 4 years now, I think, and he's playing really well tonight. Now, the referee's playing an advantage for that ball coming forward from, I think it was Dion Waller when he tried to take the ball at the line out. Again, he wasn't all that well protected by his players. It's not the first time that's happened. Oh, big scrum, Wellington. Just about pushed Auckland off it. Now the forwards, remember, are supposed to stay in their own scrum. There's yellow players all over the place here. Well, it started off as a great scrum to the Hurricanes and then disintegrated. Jonah Lomu on the one-out run. He's too good a player to use in a crash and bash roll like that. Still, they've won the scrum.
Yes, I still think Auckland should, in some of those situations, be mauling a wee bit more. Try and keep the ball up off the ground. Try and keep that Hurricane pack in there.
And roll it around in close, keep sucking them in and keep rolling it down the field?
Well, I think so. They tend to spread and hang off.
They're taking it quickly again. This has worked before Zinzanbrook. Remember him getting a try in Johannesburg in a test match like that. Tanu'u's got close and he's got down. Try, Junior Tanu'u. That's a good try. And again, quick reactions from the Blues, not so quick from the Hurricanes. Junior Tanu'u scores. Well, boy, this game's backwards and forwards, isn't it? There's nothing in it now. Now, this was from the quick penalty taken from Zinzanbrook. And Tanu'u is just all strength here. Look at this. Short, low, did he get it down? Downward pressure, said the referee. What do you reckon? No, you can't see from that angle. No, the referee was in great position. He said that was downward pressure. I say it deserves a try anyway.
It's good play from Zinzanbrook at the tap kick. Bit of a concern about his lack of support, though. You know, player in front of his forward pack, and they were fairly slow to arrive.
So this is a very important kick. This could put the Blues ahead for the first time in the game. And he's missed this one as well. Well, that's 2 conversions to second half tries, both from pretty handy positions. Greek keepers missed. Now, did he get this down, Tanu'u? Yeah, I reckon he probably did. 25-24. Ofisa Tanu'u's try unconverted by Greg Cooper. 2 vital misses. His team's a point behind. Cooper's missed rather too many kicks at goal.
Come out of it, please, fellas. Thank you.
Frank Oliver. That's a nice ear, isn't it? So here we go. We've gone 25 minutes. And there's only a point in it. Tanu'u with the box kick. Cullen's in good position. And he takes it safely, flirts with the touchline and then decides to have a bit of a dab. Oh, I love to see that. They've confidence in these young players to have a go like that. And then Cameron, the little general on this side, and he's running this back line like a machine, tactically speaking. And in fact, I think he's got the wood on the more experienced Aucklanders when it comes to that phase of play. Jamie Cameron, I've been nothing but impressed with this young man.
Yes, indeed. Looks very composed, very organised.
And this is the real advantage of this Super 12 competition and the regional teams as they are. Players like Cameron get a chance to shine. If this had been a straight Wellington team, he wouldn't have been in it. Marty Berry, he wouldn't have been in it either because he comes from Wairarapa Bush nowadays. He played for Wellington for a year or 2, but he's gone back home to the bush. Blowers getting in there and tidying up. Spencer, whose first option always seems to be to look for the kick, which seems to me to be a little bit of a shame at times when he's got the talent that he's got outside him in this Auckland back line.
Yes, but very difficult, Richard, against this Hurricane defence. Not committing a lot to the ruck and roll, standing a lot of forwards out. And Spencer using his eyes pretty well that time, seeing where the space was, kicking effectively into it.
You're telling me I'm being too harsh, are you? I'll shut up. Dion Waller gets good ball. Now, here we go. Cameron again, plugging the touchline. Actually, with the way the defence has been with both sides, we haven't seen a lot of running play at all, have we, from either back line?
No, they've tended to try and penetrate around midfield somewhere, get them behind the defensive screens. A lot of error-free rugby.
Now, that's a lot of a surprise to me, that statistic there. I thought the Auckland line-out would have started to dominate this game, but it hasn't.
To me, Hewitt's thrown's been a key.
Yeah, he's been pinpoint, hasn't he? Fromont got high then. But the Hurricanes got in well and spoilt the ball. Davis rucking for him. Now we get some running. This is Seymour in midfield. Burrows through a gap and he's still going. Dallas Seymour getting very close to the touchline. Nope, ball's out. Ball touched the line, on the line is out.
This great run by Seymour, maybe going a wee bit too far. Could have done well to link there.
Look at the way he ducked through here. Oh, actually, he used Phil Coffin as a bit of a shepherd, didn't he? Yeah, about here he wanted to feed the ball. And you see the ball touch the touchline there. Dion Waller again, that's 2 in a row, and both pretty important. Uramir on the cutback, that's something we haven't seen. Michael Jones got him and got him well. So they're still trying things out in the back line, the Hurricanes. They're not quite coming off, but they're not far away. Mike Russell, he's been beavering away in the engine room, doing an awful lot of good work. Norm Hewitt, we've already commented about his throwing in at the line-out. He's also been pretty prominent around the field of play.
You keep doing it.
Now he's penalising the Auckland player who was lying on the ground. I think it was Sean Fitzpatrick, who was wrapped around the ball, he's saying. It might have been Olo Brown, actually. One of those two. No, Fitzpatrick there, where he went to ground.
Yes, has a responsibility to get straight up there. Pretty difficult when you've got 3 or 4 Hurricanes standing all over you, however.
There's Jamie Cameron again. Well, this goal kicking is obviously a very easy art, because Jamie Cameron has got 8 from 8. He's having no problems at all with his goal kicking, and the lead is now 4 for the Hurricanes.
Yes, the Hurricanes competing right up to the end. They've got a lot of wholehearted performers in this team. Seymour been the best of them really in the second half. Support play, tackling, he's everywhere.
Over the top in spectacular fashion went Lomu, but it didn't do any good because the Canes have got this ball and thumped it down the path. Who's that? Fromont, is it? Yep, he's obviously bleeding as well. There has been a bit of blood today, actually. There's been a number of players on and off with blood bit injuries. So Auckland will have a replacement on here somewhere. It's probably Kevin Napier, I would think. Yeah, it is. Tana Umaga, meanwhile. There is Napier, in fact, in 17, playing halfback. Not many bigger than him around. So, Kevin Napier. Where's he going to go? Into the locking position for Fromont. He's on as a temporary replacement. Fromont's off getting blood attended to. So temporary replacement is still allowed for blood. Zinzan Brook goes right, makes a lot of ground and sets it for his forwards to charge over the top of, which they do very efficiently. Spencer, that's better. Follow Brown in support. Gee, Brown's running out of his skin, isn't he? Exceedingly well trained, all of these players. Of course, it's their job now. Stensness. And I think Waller might have been offside there. The referee is playing an advantage, but there's a chance here for an advantage to the Blues. Stensness muddling his way through. Now he wants support. He's deep inside the 22. He's got support from Fitzpatrick. Oh, that's good play too from the Blues. Now if they can roll this over, there it comes. Now let's let the backs have a run. And Tana Umaga got into some trouble there, but it's bounced freakily well for Auckland. Hello, there's a man flat out there. Referee had better stop this and stop it quickly, I think. Meanwhile, play goes on. Right, we're going to have a stoppage here in a big way. I think that somebody's gone out like a light in the background. It's Greg Cooper, and he's somewhere in Tomorrowland, isn't he? Look at him. I didn't see what happened here, but I saw him go down. Oh, he's nowhere.
Yes, Auckland really struggling, aren't they, to find anywhere to go in this game.
Let's have a look and see if we can see what happened to Cooper. Oh, dear. Was that Marty Berry, was it? Yeah, it was. I wonder how he's feeling. Where is Berry? Can you see him? So Greg Cooper has left the field. Mike Russell's having a boot attended to. Marty Berry's up and around. Ooh, I don't know how. That was a sickening clash of heads. There's Greg Cooper. He's played pretty well today, with the exception of his goal kicking. And I think he's off for the rest of the day. So that means Cameron Rackham will have come on.
You'll notice from those rucks and mauls, Richard, that Auckland is trying to find the solutions by themselves, really. Just pick up the ball and run forward, because there's literally nowhere to go. Hurricanes defence standing off, making those tackles.
Yeah, that's a nice saying you've got. They're looking for solutions on their own. Not a lot of team play about it. And Graham Henry will be very worried about that. He's got a lot of brilliant individuals in this side. They haven't quite got into a cohesive unit. There's a replacement player, Cameron Rackham, young man, come on at fullback, directing traffic there. So just 5 minutes left in this match. 28-24. The Wellington Hurricanes lead the Auckland Blues. You're watching the Super 12 live on Sky Sport. And Jamie Cameron, who's had a very influential part to play in this game, not all that happy with his own kick there, but he got it to touch, but Auckland have won the line out. So Tutu out wide. The support didn't double like he expected it to. So he set the ruck in midfield, right in the middle of the Super 12 logo.
Fellas, both sides stay up, or I won't let
Now
anyone
this
play.
is a useful scrum position for Auckland. That's the 10-metre mark to the left. They're pretty much in midfield.
Yes, good attacking position here. Opportunity for Auckland to split the back line. Remember, Hurricanes have to have all 8 in the scrum.
You put a bit of money on Zinzan Brook going one way or t'other. He might come this way, actually, seeing the backs have mostly lined out the other way. Yes, he does. Well, this is good play. Lomu hasn't had much running chance. They've caught him every time he's got the ball, and they've got him again. And they've got the ball again, have Auckland. They've got backs out wide. Tutu's waiting for the ball. They can't get it to him. Clarke on the inside break. This is Spencer. Spencer all the way. Spencer scores, and this will probably win the game for the Auckland Blues inside the last 5 minutes of the match. Carlos Spencer backs up well. It's his forte, and he scores a try, and that's taken Auckland into the lead. Well, they tried a couple of times down here. Tutu was clear out wide there. Good inside pass and another inside pass, and he was clear. The cover couldn't get across. Spencer scores.
Yes, watch this inside support, the key here. You've got to get support in an arrowhead formation, inside and outside the ball. Perfectly shown there from head on.
Backing up inside all the way. Carlos Spencer scores.
Watch the support from inside the ball here. He's got players outside, inside, chooses the inside option.
And he still had support inside. Clarke backing up his own pass, and that's another good thing to do. So Carlos Spencer takes over the goal-kicking duties now that Greg Cooper has left the field, concussed. (29-28). The Blues lead the Hurricanes. The scoreboard clock says 2 minutes 26 to play and counting down. That's a horrible kick from Carlos Spencer. But he's asking everybody to just have a look at the scoreboard because it reads Auckland 29, Wellington 28. We're inside the last 2 minutes now. If this was American football, we'd have a commercial break for the 2-minute warning, but it's not. You're live on Sky Sport. There's no commercial breaks in the rugby on Sky. 2 minutes to play.
Yes, at a time that the Hurricanes wanted accuracy, they wanted this take.
There's another injury in here, and it might have been number 1, Craig Dowd, I suspect. He got a bang on the head. No, it's Zinzan. Zinzan Brook. Well, there's 2 of them down.
Crucial part of this game coming up here, Richard. Some simple tasks to perform. Auckland, win this ball, set a good platform, get it to Spencer, get it downfield, and get it out of kicking range.
They've got to get enough forwards to form a scrum first, because Craig Dowd's struggling, and Zinzan Brook is still flat on his back. Or is he up now? No, he's up onto his knees. The referee stopped the clock again. Here we see what happened. Just to the right, there you see Zinzan Brook hits Preston Davis, I think it is. Meanwhile, on the left, Craig Dowd's got one as well. Both quite accidental, but neither very pleasant. Graham Patterson, the doctor, having a look at Zinzan Brook. He's a tough man, but he won't be enjoying that one little bit.
Just as well Davis had his headgear on there, softened the blow for both of them.
Yeah, it wasn't nice, was it? Well, we've got 1 minute 30 on the clock, on the scoreboard clock. Auckland ball, they'll be looking for the touchline. Not necessarily a long way down the park, just everywhere. And here goes Spencer. He's found touch. And there's now 1 minute left to go. Last chance for the Hurricanes now. They've led this match from go to woe. They opened the scoring in the 3rd minute with a try to Alama Yeremia, and it wasn't until the 37th minute of the second half that Auckland managed to get ahead through its Spencer try, Carlos Spencer try, 29-28. Wellington lead, the last minute of play. Correction, 29-28, Auckland lead. Wellington have possession, and they've got a score from this position. Cameron decides to kick the ball. Zinzan Brook decides to kick the ball. Alama. In fact, it's Tana Umaga decides to kick the ball. It's gone to touch. The referee's playing the knock-on.
Hasn't made too many poor decisions today, Jamie Cameron. That may have been one of them.
Yeah, he chose not to keep the ball in hand, but the little chip over the back line. For just about the first time this match, I was going to say this afternoon, I mean this evening.
Go, stay down, fellas.
All right, time's up on the clock. Well, that's our clock, and it's the scoreboard clock. But, of course, the referee keeps the official time. The sole judge of fact, the sole judge of time. And the referee's had a good game today, too, Wayne Smith, I've got to say.
Excellent game, very clear, precise.
Spencer looking for as much territory as he can gain. Now, if this ball goes dead, we could have come back for a scrum. Davis, counter-attack. Hello, trouble here for the Hurricanes. Tutu has a look. Here comes Stensis. He knocked it on as well, didn't he?
Number 12, right forward.
There's Christian Cullen there making a tactical error. If he'd let that ball go over the dead ball line, it would have been a scrum back from where Spencer kicked it, way back in Auckland territory.
But would the ref then have blown for full time? That may well have been on his mind. In defence of the player. I'm not sure what the interpretations of the referees would be in that situation. I suspect they would have gone back and played the scrum in actual fact.
I think so.
Gee, the referee then, fellas, I don't want to end the game on a free kick. So he's trying to play the game positively and asking the players to as well, and that's good to see. Filo Tia, not much room for him down that side of the scrum. Auckland have got this pretty much under control. The Hurricanes have got 90 metres to go, and Auckland have got 2. Money's on Auckland here at the moment. I've got to say it. That's a try. That's a try. Out of nothing to Michael Jones, I suspect, is going to stand up with this. And that had really sealed the...
Yes, costly error
No,
here
it's not.
for Hurricanes. It's cost them a point. Could have cost them their first point.
We're going for Dow as the try scorer. We'll have a look on the replay. Well, this is a disappointing end to the match to the for the Hurricanes. Mind you, that was always going to happen. When you're in a last-minute try and dash to the end, anything can happen, can't it? You might as well lose by 10 as lose by 1. Now, let's see if we can spot who's going here. There he goes down. I've got no idea. I can see his jersey, but I can't see who it is. I think it's number 1. We'll give it to Craig Dowd.
Yes, Craig Dowd. Unfortunate error there by Marty Berry at the end of the match.
Zinzan Brook converts the try. The captain takes over the goal-kicking duties. And the final score. The Auckland Blues in the inaugural Super 12 match have defeated the Wellington Hurricanes by 36 points to 28 in what has been a highly entertaining game of rugby. Just to recap for you, Wellington were ahead all the way through. They led by 16-11 at half-time. They led by 25-24 with just 3 minutes left to play. 2 late tries to the Aucklanders. Tries to Carlos Spencer and Craig Dowd, and Auckland have come out the winners by 36-28. Wayne Smith, that's a pretty enjoyable game to start off professional rugby.
Yes, it's a great occasion, isn't it? 2 very competitive teams. I think this Hurricanes team really surprised a lot of people. I'm looking forward to seeing their next game against Transvaal at McLean Park.
So a good day's rugby. Auckland, the Blues have won it. They've won it by 36 points to 28 here at Palmerston North this evening.